right, now we've finished our concentric circles, and before we can actually, and our patterns, and before we're going to put our yarn on here, we have to get out, we have to locate the notches, that's the word I'm trying to think of, with a pencil. So I cut out notches on a paper plate so they totally fit on your loom, and it's just nice and tight. And these are going to be cut later because this is where your yarn is going to go. And I am just looking around for my pencil. Here it is. So you have to hold it in place, put it over top of your concentric circle loom with pattern, and you're going to go around with your pencil and mark all your notches. Make sure that you don't let this move. If it does, just line it back up again. You know, it's easy to do. I'm going to figure out which is a better angle here. There we go. I think I did these, but I'm going to check again. Got them all. Okay. And this was an extra example that I had on hand. So this worked out really good that I have this to show you how to cut these. Once you've made your lines with pencil on here, they're going to show up kind of shiny, sort of silver. You're just going to take your scissors, and you do not want to really cut past this rim on here. If you do, we might be able to fix it, but just try and only cut on the top. And you need to grab your scissors, push the plate kind of toward this back part, and just go down a little. If you try to cut at the end, it won't work very well. So just take your time, press it, squeeze it, turn it, and squeeze it, and squeeze it all the way around. Once we get this finished, I am going to show you how to do what's called warping your loom, and that's how we're going to get started. So I'm actually not going to do it on this one. I'm going to do it on that template or that tracer, because I think the yarn will show up much better on that, so you'll be able to see that warping the loom a lot better than if I were doing it on a colored circle loom. Alright, so all the way around. Got it. So here we go. We're going to get that loom back up again. This time I'm going to get yarn, and I'm going to use blue so it'll show up really good, and a piece of tape. So this is white. This is not what you're going to see. Yours will look more like this with all your notches cut in it. That's what we're going to be putting this yarn on, is a finished one, not the white one. This is just so it shows up better for you. So I'm going to turn it over like that. You're going to get these little, they almost look like little bows of yarn. Please do not unravel them, because they will turn into a big knotted mess. So you just need, about the width of your plate, maybe a couple inches longer. And you're going to take your yarn and you're going to put it in that first notch. And then take some tape and you're going to tape it down on the back. Like that. Alright, now turn it over. You're going to take your yarn and go down to the bottom. One long strip of yarn down here. Now, the notches on here, I cut them, they're uneven. There's an uneven number, which is a good thing. So I'll explain that later. But right now, you're going to count. You're going to go 1. After this one, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you're going to put your yarn in the notch, number 10 notch, right? You don't pull it really, really tight because you don't want this to fold all up. But at the same time, you don't want it to be really, really loose. So that's about right. Now you're going to take your yarn lift your plate a little bit, and you're going to come through this notch. So it's kind of like you're coming in the back door. And then you're going to cross over and make an X. So we're going to cross the street. We're going to go in the front door of the house next door to the one we started. Always turn, from now on, always turn your loom around so that the yarn is at the bottom when you start. So same thing, you're going to have your loom, your yarn, which is in your loom here. Come through the back door, out the front door, go across the street. And this is sort of a version of what Cassie Stevens said as a way to remember how to do this. But anyway, X. Okay, now turn it around. This is the most important part. Make sure it's always at the bottom before you start to cross it over. Alright, so put it back through the back door, come to the front, make an X, go in that notch, turn it, and you can see this is like a pattern too. Weaving is just one big pattern after another. So we're going to come through the back door, go across the street, go in the front door, and rotate to the bottom. Back door, come out the front door, whoops, catch in there, going across, turning your loom, coming through, across here. Is this where you go? No, because we don't want to skip any. Turn it to the side? No, turn it to the bottom. Right. So there we go. All the way around, excuse me, across the street, and the X all the way to the bottom. And now we're through with our the notches down here. We still have two more up here. Alright, so we're going to go through here, turn it to the bottom. Now we're going to go the other way because there's only one notch left anyway. So you're going to come back through here, and now we're going to start to weave. So we have all these pieces of yarn that are kind of overlapping or whatever. So what I suggest is take your yarn and let's go over the first one. Alright, so this is what I'm going to teach you to do too. There's like a kind of rhyme that's going to help you remember how to weave without losing or without getting mixed up on your pattern, because it's always going to be an over, under, over, under, over, under, all the way around. And if you do something like an over, over, then you might not catch it for a while, and you're going to notice that you're not really weaving anymore. All your rows are going to be all over or all under. So you don't want that to happen. So we're going to go over our neighbor, so that's right there, over our neighbor. We're going to go under next door, and we're always going to pull up slowly and then weave some more. Now on the first one on here, you don't want to pull it too tight, alright? Just let it come up to the top like that. Now anytime you're not sure about whether you're an over or under, lift your yarn, and if you see or pull on it and you see one going up, you know you're under. So I know I'm under here if I lost track. And so I would go over my neighbor, under next door. I'm going to pull up slowly and weave some more. Over my neighbor, under next door, pull up slowly, and let's weave some more. Over and under, up gently, over and under, and pull up slowly and gently. Oops, I lost track here. And over and where was I? Oh no, I pulled up too fast, so I'm not sure where I am. I think I was, oh dear. Over, under, pull up slowly, 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 over, and now I'm going to go under and pull it a little bit tighter. That's going to pull these together in the center. nice and tight, just like that. Really tight, nice big spider web in the middle. So I just finished going under, or I guess this one was over, wasn't it? So I'm going to go under and over, under and over, under and over, under and over. Now, from now on, I think we'll go around one more time and pull it tight just so it doesn't come undone. So we went under, so it's over and under, over, under, over, under, over, under, pull up slowly, over and under, over this one, underneath this one, over this one, and under. From now on, when you are weaving on your real loom, because this is just a practice on how to warp your loom, you always go slow for at least the first 4 rows. So you are going to go over, under, pull up slowly, because you do not want this to get pulled really tight in the middle. Alright? Over, under, over, under. Alright, then we'll pull it slowly over here. Over, under, over, under, over, under, over, and under. Alright, so next I'm going to be showing, we're going to be talking about doing the real loom, or real weaving, and we're going to be adding some beads to it. So I'm going to finish up here, and hopefully you won't have any trouble getting this started. Don't forget, you can always come back to this video, or you can ask your friends for help. We're all in this together, right? Okay. And I'm sure you'll do a great job.